Okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm doing. This hole was not drilled, it was drilled a little too big. Alright, I'm going to fix it, and this is how I'm going to fix it. I've tapered this down, okay? And what I've done is I've drilled this hole to accommodate this, okay? And then I've tapered it to fit, so we got a nice fit. Alright? So then I put my thumb down here, like so, pulled it out. Okay, and you can see it's right there at the pencil line. Well, we want it to go down a little further and be snug. So I've came up about 3/16 of an inch, and now we're going to cut this off. Okay, so bear with me while I get this set up. Should I say dialed in? All right. One moment, please. Just easy 2 tips and tricks where you see everything up close and
So you're off?
at the moment.
No, you're there.
Yeah, but you're not seeing. All right. So we just had a momentary disconnection. So let's get back to it. All right, here we are. Get zoomed in a bit. Thank you for being here in the live stream. Make friends. All right. Moderators. Any moderators come in. Get people's links and share them out. All right. Now, I'm getting ready to cut this. Okay. So we got to zoom in a tad more. Okay. Hello, Berlo. Glad to see you here. All right, now I'm going to take my Sawzall and we're going to cut this. Then we're going to tap it. We're going to glue it and tap it in that hole. All right. No further ado. I've got this pressed up against the plate here. All right, on this Sawzall. Then we're going to push this towards it and then come up. All right, there it is. Okay. Now this is going to go in here, but we're going to put some glue on this, and we're going to tap it in so it's snug as a bug in a rug. And we're going to get some glue on it. One moment. All right. I put some glue in this little chocolate bottle, and this is a wood glue. This is a really nice professional wood glue you can get at your big box stores. Okay. I'm going to lubricate. I'm going to glue up, make sure I transfer the glue inside this really well. Okay. It's Tide Bond. This is a Tide Bond 2, the blue label. All right. And we are going to use this other part of the dowel that I cut to tap it in with. All right, this is a castle lamp. All right, and now that we're flush, okay, now we're flush. Piece of cake. You know, that people want to try to make this difficult. It's not that difficult. Okay. I'm not sure who's in the chat, and if you comment, I'll know who you are. I'm not able to see your name there. I see your comment, but the light is not coming in. Now I'm getting to drill All right. I'm going to make a starting point, a divot, for the drill bit I'm actually going to use here. Okay. Now this is a wood drill bit. And what I mean by a wood drill bit, okay, it has this point you can barely see. Here, let me see if I can't clear that up.
I don't see anything other than see a little bit.
Screen just,
It's lagging real bad.
yeah, it just went off. Okay, well this drill bit, it's hard to tell, but there's a little point right here. All right, there it is. Now you can see the point. All right. Well, I'm going to be using a metal drill bit, and it doesn't have the point. So I am going to eyeball this to center. All right. And then get it right in the center, eyeballed. That looks pretty centered. And I'm just going to start the hole. And the reason I'm doing this is so that this bit doesn't wobble and not go exactly where I want it to. And that's the purpose of the point on your drill bit, okay? Here's another drill bit. This is a wood drill bit. Here, it's a little bigger. And you can definitely see the point on this. And that's the purpose of the center point. So that this drill goes exactly where you want it. Because this metal drill bits have a tendency to wander off from exactly where they should go. And so this solves the problem. Now, I'm improvising. But that should be enough of a center point. Or divot, actually that's a divot for the drill bit. All right, for drilling this here. All right. So now I'm going to drill. You want your drill, you want a 90, okay? When I say 90, you want to come straight across, and then you want this straight up. You don't want it back forward. You don't want it leaning backward to the side. You want to get your drill as perfectly straight as you can get it. All right. Then you drill down. Now the other thing here that you want to do, can you see my drill? What are you seeing me do right now?
Nothing. I just see your feet moving. Now I should drill a bit.
All right, so we're really behind.
Yeah, you're way behind.
Okay.
And it's like stopping and starting, stopping and starting.
That's the connection. All right, so now I've marked for the depth that I'm going to drill. Okay, now I can stop it a little short, but as I'm going to drill at least this deep. All right, so that way that the dowel that I just put inside is a little bit longer than the hole I'm drilling. Okay, and here we go. All right. So I'm drilling to the tape. Okay. And up. All right. So that's how you would normally do it, okay? That's the normal way that you do about drilling this. But since we have a hole drilled all the way through, okay, this drill bit is going to have to go down all the way through to the original hole that exists. All right, so I'm cleaning out the sawdust here out of the channels here, out of the groove. right. There we go. All right. Now we are going to use an all thread. All right. We're going to take this all thread and we're going to bring this down. I'm going to screw it in. Okay. Now, I want this all thread to go down, about a good inch, all right? I want it to go down about an inch, inch and a quarter, all right? An inch and a quarter would bring me to here, all right? Now, I want to come up about 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so from this point, I come up here to 2 1/4 inches, and that brings me to here, to this point right here. All right, so I could pinch back here and hold it and cut. I could take a felt tip marker and I could mark it with the felt tip marker. But since I don't have a felt tip marker, I'm going to do the next best thing. I'm going to take this tape and I'm going to mark the spot where I need to cut. So now I know I need to cut right here at the front edge of this tape. Okay? So my overall length is 3 3/4. All right. So if we come to the side of this, all right, and we come down an inch, okay, I take 1 1/4 inches, which is right at this point, and I come down to the side here, all right. Oh, I'm sorry, come down here. So that's going to place me right above the top of the castle wall, and we're going to have plenty of space, so we'll be good. We know that 4 3/4 inches will work just fine. Now we're going to change out the battery, put it in the Sawzall. Now you can't go wrong with corded tools. These cordless tools are great, but you know, when you got a power cord, you can't go wrong using a power cord. I'm here to tell you. And especially these Milwaukee's or any of them, any of these corded drills or tools. They've been around forever and they'll continue to be around forever. And now I'm pressing this all thread. Now it's a tube, right? So you get your electrical wire through it. And you can buy these in this like a foot length. That's what this is here. Okay, and I'm pressing it to the plate and then I'm pulling up. Here we go. Now you didn't think that was going to cut so fast, did you? All right. And so,
I'm gonna go help Debbie with an errand real quick.
keys are in there.
Can I have your card?
You need 20 bucks?
So
Go out to my car and just pull the 20 bucks out of the wallet.
No.
what I'm getting ready to do is now I'm going to measure off my 1 1/4 inches. All right. All right, now I'm going to take my 1 1/4 inches. All right, I'm going to measure back to 1 1/4 inches. All right. And then we're going to mark it. All right. I'm going to mark it here. So now I know we've got it marked. Okay, now we're going to zoom this in. Let's get this zoomed in where you can see. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Thank you for being here. All right, now if I have to pound this in slightly, not recommended, because you want a nice tight fit. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take the side of my hammer and I'm going to screw this all thread. This is the castle top, your beauty nut. That's going down crooked. Shouldn't be going on crooked. Okay, there we go. All right, then I'm going to take this wooden dowel. All right. I'm going to tap. Tap it in and screw it out. Okay. Let's keep it straight. Okay, I'm going to tap it in. We are there. All right, let me show you what we've knocked that, we brought it down. Okay, there we are, right at the tape. We're right there at that edge, so we know we're good. And we're straight up and down. Okay, so now okay. Where's the wire? Where's the small one? Yeah, this one. All right, now we're gonna check this.
That's a bigger one, remember? Wires alongside you. Right there.
Wire, no, hard wire.
Oh. I don't know.
Baling wire somewhere. Because we're gonna have to double check here. All right. Now, if I have to take this out, I do have a way to do that. Okay. And so just bear with me on standby. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to come over here. Nope, gotta adjust it down some more. Okay, get it locked in them jaws. And it will. Okay. All right, now we got that adjusted properly. it will unscrew. It will unscrew because it has to. It just doesn't have a choice. Just keeps it real. Okay? I could have turned it off and restarted it and all of that. But this really keeps it real here. All right, I have enough threads here at the top to get my bolt started. Okay? So now that it's loose, I can pull this off. Get it untwist. There we go. All right. All right, now I'm going to have to run a nut all the way down through those threads to clear up where the threads may be boogered now. All right. So this again keeps it real. I think I might have a little problem here to make adjustments on. I may have to drill it through to straighten it out from the bottom. Okay, but we're going to solve this little problem here, and you're going to see how you fix a problem. You'd think this was all the way through to the bottom, wouldn't you? But we know better. And I really don't want to wiggle this too much. I had vice grips. Here's the vice grip. All right, now we'll get her out of there. Got to be smarter than the equipment you operate. That does make a difference. All right, now. Okay, so we know that this was in there good and snug, and that's what you want. All right, now I'm there. I should be able to see all the way through this, and I am. So it looks like I just need to clean it out here. So I need to get something. So hold on one moment, and we'll get that straightened out. Please bear with me.
Alter it.
You need a tiny one. That might work. All right, I need something smaller than the diameter of that hole, and this looks like it's going to do the trick. All right. Yeah, I've got sawdust in there. Okay. So we're going to tap it out. All right, we can see it's coming through now. Now we're going to pull it out, and we're going to be golden. Okay. Good eye. Now we're good. See, can we see through there? I just saw it. There it is. You can see through it all the way through. Okay? Now we know that we're golden. Now to put this back in, and we're on our way. Little bump in the road. What's life without a challenge? That's the question at the moment. What is life without a challenge? I have an answer. See, now this will thread in there. Okay? So if you put anything in the chat, what's your answer to life? What is life without a challenge? It's a question. I ask this ever so often. First time to ask it on my channel, though. What is life without a challenge? Are you ready for the answer? Well, why don't you give me an answer first? What is life without a challenge? There is an answer. Come on now. Think outside, not thinking outside the box. Think practically. Think practically. What is life without a challenge?
You had it right
I
there.
know.
You didn't bring it over here, it's over there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna choose.
Well, what life is, for those of you that are going, I think I might know, I'm just not sure. Well, I'll tell you what it is in just a moment. Okay, so what is life without a challenge? Keep that on your mind and I'll answer you in just a moment. Okay? Because I'm going to put a little glue on these threads that'll provide a little lubrication as well as to help it go down a little smoother. It'll also help it to hold all at the same time. Time to put more glue in this bottle. All right, there we go. A little glue, a little goob, as my nephews used to say when they were little. All right, now get this done in there. Okay, we're going to take it down. We've got some room. I can take it down a bit, so I'm gonna. Okay. All right. We're going to take it down just a wee bit. This wee bit to a grasshopper. Okay. Or does that knee high to a grasshopper? Okay, we're taking it down a couple more little turns. Now, is it going to fall out when I pick it up? You ready? Secure. Now, all right, I want it down just a little bit more. It's not quite as tight because we pulled it out of there, remember? As I'm wanting it at the moment, I'm wanting it a little bit tighter. Okay, so I'm going to press down as I turn. There we go. Couple more turns and we should be snug as a bug in a rug. All right. What is life without a challenge? Boring. Ha! I said think practical. Life without a challenge is boring. Life without a challenge means challenges build character. Challenges challenge you. And so challenges are good. So life without a challenge is boring. Life without a challenge is less character. This is character building, okay? Got a problem with the project? Figure it out. Can you fix it? Is the question. If you have a problem with a job, do you stop and quit because you don't know what to do? You don't want to take the time to make it right. Okay, now see, this is threading down. Okay, I must have done something right. Now I'm ultimately going to I'm going to create a wood. I'm going to turn something here on my lathe. And I'm going to put something here before I'm finished with this, okay? It's going to be a turned piece of wood that's going to go in this area. All right, but we're going to get this down here. I need to invent something, create something that'll take this, and I can turn my drill and just takes it right down. Okay. Like if I were to take a block of wood and drill it out, so I could pound it over this not slightly, or it would grab it and hold on to it, then that might work as a driver for it. Just saying at the moment. Now, because I boogered the threads down there, it's taken this, okay, for me, because it won't go down by hand, but this is nice and easy. You see, I'm not struggling. I'm not clamping this down on there. I'm just holding it firm, and it's threading down here and cleaning up the threads. Okay. And then we're going to come backwards. We're going to work it backwards. Okay. That helps to clear any threading out, any loose pieces of metal that are between the threads. Okay, so we can come backwards to clear out the threading. And bring it back down. As you see, I'm able to do this by hand, no wrench needed, because those threads were cleared out. Now it's starting to bind here. So we're going to use this. We're going to come down on those threads. Okay. There we go. Just about got it. Okay, it's getting tight again. So I'm going to go forward. I'm going to clear out the threads. I'm going to back it off. Okay. Clearing out the threads. Now it's nice and smooth here. Okay. Let's zoom in a little more. Okay. Now you can see these threads are nice and smooth. They're cleared out. All right. It's not taking anything to turn it. All right, but right down here at the bottom, it's getting a little snug. Not too bad yet. So we're doing good. I want it all the way down. I want it to seat for it. Basically, I want to seat it. I want it completely down on top of the wood down here. That feels pretty nice. All right, looks like we're there. Mission accomplished. Bam. Oops, there it is. All right, now as promised, we're moving forward. Don't leave. You're going to miss out. Now we're going to hook up the hardware as promised. Okay. Now this is the piece. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's unscrew this nut. Okay. Now this is what normally, the piece you normally get with your hardware is this little all thread, okay? But sometimes you need to improvise, and you need this foot all thread, okay? So this goes back here, and then you've got this screw here. Now this tightens it. You screw this switch onto your all thread, and then you got this screw here that you tighten down so it doesn't get loose and back off on you, okay? Also, you have to loosen this up in order to screw it down on your threads when you get it new, okay? So that's already been done. Now this comes apart. It comes apart like this. Then we'll show you how to hook your electrical up here in a minute. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is put this down. Okay. Looks like I might need to loosen this screw up just a little bit. Okay. There we go. You want that to seat. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going to end up making a wooden decorative piece to go underneath it. But for the video, for these purposes, you get these beauty nuts, as I call them. Okay. This would suffice if you had to. Alright. That would work. Alright, then this would go on top. And that's perfect. It doesn't get any better than that. Okay. There it is. That's totally acceptable. And it looks nice. And I may leave it that way, may not. All right, now we forgot one item. What did we forget? Okay, so now we're going to put this here. And this is where the lock nut goes down, holds that in place. Okay. The lock nut. There we go. Goes down. And we still have plenty of threading for the cap here. All right. Beautiful. It's a beaut. Now we're going to run the wires. See, this doesn't have to be difficult. All right. We're going to undo these wires. Okay. And thank y'all for being here, for hanging out. And I'm going to continue to add detailing to this castle lamp. I'm going to create some windows. I found a castle, a picture of one, that I'm going to replicate this to look similar to on the detailing on the sides. Okay. I almost made rounded tops on my windows, and I wasn't sure about it. And then when I saw this castle that I YouTubed, it showed me it was rounded. So you can see here I started to round it. I'm going to have to clean this up and make that nice. I'm going to have to clean this up and make that nice, and these as well. So I'm going to be improving this. All right, now I'm going to run the wire right through the hole here. Okay. And I'm twisting these together. All right, I may need to take a little tape and put a little tape on it. Okay. Which I may end up doing. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull off the harp pull the harp off. Okay, we're going to hold this upside down. Okay, and I'm going to fish. Okay, we know we're going to get the length of it here. Okay, we're going to get the length of this right now, so I know how much I'm going to have to go in order to go through it. All right, I need this much length, so I'm going to pinch the area where, and I know when I get the cord in this through this bar, I'll be through. All right, looks like it's hitting the edges, so that's where maybe you want to spin your cord to kind of get it to grab and go through. Got to spin it. Like I said, I may end up using some tape. If I don't have to, I won't. And I may have to. Okay. Yeah, looks like I may have to use some tape. And I may want to just unscrew this temporarily. Unscrew this part right here. All right. And we're going to remove the zoom. I'm going to try to remove the zoom. All right. So I'm going to take that, set it over here. I'm going to take this cord. All right. Okay, so we're going to take some tape and get these edges taped, and then it will solve that problem because it's hanging up on the wires coming up through it. Okay, so I'm going to take this tape, I'm going to come down here, I'm going to twist this together again. Okay, I'm going to take the tape, put it around this, and it should come right up through without a problem. Okay, there we go. Now, here we go. Here, let's get it going. Let's mark our length. All right, we're going to mark the length. All right, so I'm going to pinch it here. And we're going to fish this through. I'm slightly turning it. Helps it not to get caught up. All right, now we know we're close. Now, if I have to, I'll run a wire through this and pull it through with the wire. But I thought I could do it without running a wire first. But that would have made this, I would have already had it if I would have had a wire running through. Because this is not working. All right? So, it's going to take me a minute. I've got to go get my wire. All right, bear with me. I wish I could pause. All right. This is bad form. Bad form. I should have had my baling wire out here. Because with the baling wire, it would have already been done. It would have already happened if I had my baling wire out here with me. All right, so we're going to improvise. Again, keeping it real.
There's only one person in.
Okay. We're going to keep it real. All right. So, I'm going to take this wire right here. Usually I use baling wire. All right. Like I said, bad form on my part. I thought this would push up through there, but it didn't. But this will work. It'll solve the problem. Okay. Get this through. Baling wire works much better because it's not soft. All right, we're through. All right, here it is. Zoom in some. Okay, here's the wire here. Okay, now I'm going to tape these two wires together, and it's going to be nice. But let's unzoom this. There we go. Right there. Okay, now.
Looking for the date?
Yeah.
It's up on top of the layer.
All right, now we're going to tape these two together, and we're going to be gooder than new. All right. So bad form on my part, you guys, gals. This tape sticks really well. This is hospital tape, skin tape. All right. Now, find the edge to it, that is. This is a paper tape, skin tape. Although you can use any kind of tape per se, you just want it to be, you don't want it to be thick, okay? I've used electrical tape to do this. Okay, so you see what I'm doing. All right. And I'm going to tape this really tight because it's going to get pulled on, okay? I don't want this wire here creating any restrictions, and it could. It could. So we're just going to bring this down. Okay, I'm going to bring this over. Okay, now. Got this nice and tight. All right, as long as this doesn't hit too much resistance, this will come through, or else I'll be retaping it and re-pulling it. All right, here we go. When everything's straight and in alignment, okay, you're pushing on the back side, pulling on the front side. Okay, pushing and pulling. All right, we're right here. There we are. Presto. There we have it. All right. Now, this was from an old charger for cell phone charger. Okay. Now, mission accomplished. To tape off of this. Now, what we want to do is we want to pull this down. All right, this is a electrician's knot or a lamp knot, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that we're going to do here. and that is we're going to come up like this. Okay, you go, you loop, you make these loops. When you loop this and you bring this back across the back side, and you make this loop and you come across the front side, okay? And then this loop, this end goes into the loop on the opposite side and it comes through. You're making a knot so it doesn't come undone. That way if the wire ever gets pulled on, it doesn't pull it loose from the lamp socket, all right? And then you just pull them, you pull the ends, and you create this knot. Okay? Just like this. Now I've got one problem. What am I missing? I'm missing my top. Okay? So, but that's how you do that. We're going to do this again. And I'll zoom in when I do it again, just in case you missed it.
I'm gonna go sit out in the car.
Okay. And so now, thank you, Joe. So now, hey Joe, Lisa has my money.
I got one.
Oh, okay. All right, so now we're going to do this again. I'm going to zoom in a little more so you can see. Well, that's too much. All right, so now hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. All right, you make a loop. This goes on this end goes on the back side. You make a loop, and the loop on the other side goes across the front, and then it goes through the opposite loop on the other side, and then this one comes through the front of the loop on the other side of that loop. All right, one goes left, one goes right, and they cross on the back side and the front side. Okay, and then you have what I'm calling electrician knot or a lamp knot. Okay, and this is what it happens. I'm going to pull it tight. Okay, but that's basically what it's going to resemble. Okay, there, pull it tight there. Now, hook it up. All right, here we go. Okay, it just slides out of your sheath. Okay, and we're going to hook it up. No, I don't see a copper side and I don't see a brass side or a brass side on the wire itself. And I don't see any identifying marks on the wire to indicate if it matters, okay? On this particular kit. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay. And we're going to show you what this looks like here. And get this together. Right, and at the moment I'm just using this chisel as a screwdriver. I should have a screwdriver handy. Okay, but sometimes you got to improvise, and this just keeps it real. Okay, I'm going to pull this out. You want to pull this one out. Okay, gonna get this knot nice and tight. And then I'm gonna come around here. I'm just gonna push this straight up, and I'm gonna curve this over the top, right and around to the other side. Okay, and then we're going to tighten it up. Okay, this is made like a horseshoe all the way around. Okay. All right, we're getting it. Okay, just keeping it real here, folks. You know, sometimes we just don't live in a perfect world, and things just aren't perfect, and you're using a chisel in the place of a screwdriver. But you want this wire to horseshoe completely around your nut here. All right. Got to go under. Got to go through. All right. Now this lighting isn't that great. All right. So we're going to get this. Tighten down. Okay, and it came out on me. Now this is where my eye that's jacked up interferes. Okay. Sometimes you work by braille. Again, just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Like I said, it just came out, didn't it? All right. There it is. Okay. Now, some people may tell you just stick it straight up in there and tighten it down. But it's better if you loop it. Okay, now what we do is, all right, we pull the wire on the bottom and we bring that, see that knot goes right inside the cup. Okay. And then the slot. Okay, the slot goes right up in this here as like this. Okay. And then it just pushes down. I'm not going to lock this in place because I have some more work to do on it, but I'm going to give you the overall view of how it's going to look. Okay. Now I'm going to reduce this. Okay, so here it is. Now the next video you see, this will be complete. Now I'm going to put the harp on it. All right. So that's how you install the hardware on a homemade wooden lamp, firewood lamp. I like calling it a rustic lamp. Now, on the harp, it's simple enough. These sleeves just pull back, all right? And they lock in over the top of the male piece down here at the bottom. All right, and I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, but you want that turned to the side. All right, you hold those sleeves back. You bring this down here. You get this in. Okay. Remember, normally all this is generally all tight. Okay, and that's holding that on. Then you squeeze this, bring it around. Now I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, the harp. Okay, here's the sleeves. Just slides down over and holds it in place. And then this locks into place. You see the ribs? Those ribs push down and locks it in to the bottom. Okay? See those little notches on the inside on the bottom of this. It'll lock in place if I shove it. But I got some things to do here to dial it in. And so I'm not going to do that quite yet. So, but there's the finished product. And we're keeping it real. The other thing I'll be doing is I'll be creating a channel here for the cord to go into, be a little groove in here for the cord to lay into. And that'll be the other thing I'll be doing. All right. So let's show you this up close and personal. And I'll be adding more detail to this when I'm done. Like I said, there's a castle that I've Googled, and this is gonna be similar to it. All right, let me show you a little bit more of this castle. So I'll be adding more windows to it. There'll be windows added right in this area here all the way around. Those are natural scars from where bugs have eaten it, and that's gives it that natural, war-battled, war-worn effect. And then I've created the door, and then this path, all right, along the cliff, where there's steps that bring you there to this doorway. And I'll be doing more windows, like I said, and adding some more detailing. Now I'll show you how this castle started out. I'll show you what it looked like in the beginning. All right, this will be, it's got to match. I've got it to be a pair of them. And I'll show you how this started out. Are you ready for what the original, how this started? This is the after look. I'm going to show you the before look. There's the before look. Up close and personal. This is the before look, guys, gals. See the holes, natural holes. All right. And this is how this started out. This castle started out. And I've got to cut that nub off. I've got to cut that nub off. These little twig branches. All right, there's the bark. All right, it's just falling apart here, literally. You can see where they bored through the holes and the bark in the beginning, okay? More bore holes. See more bore holes there. Right there. And there. Okay. But this is what it looked like in the beginning. All right, I just wanted to show you this. This will be my next project. This will be the mate to the other castle, and this will be the same thing. But it's probably going to be a little better, come out a little better. All right. Well, there you have it. Well, remember, easy 2 tips and tricks. Tell a friend it's a win-win-win. Never give up because there's always a way, always. Like you seen here today, we kept it real. We're live. You haven't been short. You haven't been paused and problem solved, and then all of a sudden you see it's fixed. We worked through the problems, and you saw what we used, how we figured it out. There's many ways to skin a cat, and so you just got to think outside the box a bit. That's why I say never give up. There's always a way, always. All right, so bye for now. Take care. God bless. Have a safe Christmas and Merry Christmas to everyone. And on this channel, you'll hear God bless. Happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas on this channel. So, God bless, take care, and Merry Christmas. And hopefully Trump, they get this fraud straightened out. And so be in prayer. So bye for now. Look forward to hear from you. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. God bless, and bye. Easy 2 tips and tricks where you see everything up close and personal.